We're back, and we are 6 weeks to the day from the start of the NFL season. The Cowboys and Bucs will open things in Tampa. And after practicing early in the week, Tom Brady and other Tampa veterans took yesterday off for a little load management, and their coach, Bruce Arians, says he put Brady to work in a different capacity.
I think Tom's very, very comfortable in our locker room and with our coaches and our fans. And I think that personality is showing more and more. And I love seeing it, but yeah, I told him driving in today, so put your coaching hat on. This is a coaching day for you. And, when he can sit back and watch, he sees a lot of things that he didn't see playing and can coach those other guys up. So it's a win-win situation.
That is interesting. Rob Ninkovich, longtime Tom Brady teammate with a different coach. What was your reaction to that?
My reaction is Bruce Arians could put on his hat like this, right? He's got his hat. He could throw his glasses on like this, right? Right? He can sit there. He can look at his ring. He's got a ring on his finger. He's doing this, right? He's sitting back. Hey, Tom, you got the team today, okay, Tom? I'm just going to relax. I'm going to manage from this. I'm going to manage from a distance. I'm going to manage from the golf cart, okay? I'm going to hydrate over here. I'm going to look at my ring that I just got. Wow, is that nice? And, I might, if I go back to my office, I might hang out for a while. I'll be back in a little bit. You got the team. All right, Tom, you got the team. You got the reins. Here you go. You got the keys. Have fun. I'll be back here hanging out. Love you, Tommy. Thanks for coming last year, baby. Let's go.
Very well done, Nick. Very well done. And Bruce is a man who's been known to hydrate a little bit one way or another. But here's the one thought that I did have is, Chris Canty, I'll come to you. Is for that to happen on the same day, for him to say, oh yeah, I let Tom coach the team sometimes, on the same day that Aaron Rodgers gets up there and bears his soul about how the team does not want to hear anything from him besides him doing his job. That did not feel like a coincidence to me.
No, it didn't feel like a coincidence. And BA has been known to take a shot or two like that toward people around the National Football League. And then keeping in mind how that NFC Championship game ended, where Aaron Rodgers wished that sequencing and the play calling might have been a little bit different once that team got in the red area late in that game. So maybe this is BA taking a subtle jab at him, but hey, listen, you can understand them giving Tom Brady a couple of days off throughout the course of the preseason. The guy's going to be 44 years old next week.
I think it's fun to think about it as like, oh, is it a jab? I don't think these guys watch a lot of other teams' press conferences, even as significant as Rodgers, but I think Bruce Arians and Tom Brady are extremely comfortable in their relationship. By the way, we did a lot of talking about last year.
Sure.
Are they, right? Are they getting on? They're obviously extremely comfortable in their relationship, and the setup there in Tampa Bay is working, and I think Bruce Arians is enjoying it. It doesn't have to be at anyone else's expense.
Right, but I think fairly or not, the conventional wisdom is it started working last year when Bruce Arians did exactly what Ninko was talking about. Sort of got out of the way and said, here, Tom, you tell me what the offense should be. And they ran Tom Brady's offense, the Tampa Tom offense. And, of course, they rode it all the way to the Super Bowl and might even get better this year. One way or another, we will see. Much more football as we go. But this is an enormous day leading into an enormous night in the NBA, because it's the NBA draft, and our Jonathan Givony's mock draft has USC's Evan Mobley going number 3 to Cleveland. He was the Pac-12 freshman and player of the year last year, so he's the projected 3rd pick in this draft. At number 2 is Jalen Green to the Houston Rockets. He spent last year in the G League, where he averaged nearly 18 points a game, shot 37% from 3. And then at number 1, everyone is expecting it to be Oklahoma State star Cade Cunningham going to Detroit. He averaged over 20 points a game in his lone season in Stillwater. He was the Big 12 Player of the Year. And obviously, if we're talking about the draft, we have to talk to this man. There is Jay Billis with an absolutely epic T-shirt ready to go this morning. And so all eyes will be on Cunningham tonight, Jay. And for folks who haven't seen a lot of him playing, just what makes this kid special? How good is he on the next level?
Well, he's potentially great, all-star caliber, all-NBA, and he is truly a complete player. And with all the boxes that you check off, he checks literally every single one. He's 6'8" as a point guard, can really handle it, 7'1" wingspan. He's a very good defender and has a clutch gene. Shoots over 40% from 3, can shoot it off the dribble, can get by people, drive to the basket and finish. He can also post up when he gets a favorable matchup. There's really nowhere on the floor that he can't be effective. And Mike Schmitz, who I think is the best talent evaluator out there, has likened him to Luka Doncic. But he's actually a better defender than Doncic. Better on the ball, better off the ball. I think he's the real deal, and I think he's going to go number one. I happen to think it's a no-brainer selection in a draft, Greeny, that's as deep and talented as any draft since 2003, when LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo, and Chris Bosh came out.
All right, so that's high praise for a group of players whose names will be called tonight. So give me one or two more that a fan should be extremely excited when they hear that player's name called with their team. Like one or two guys you think that might not be right at the top that people should be very excited about.
Well, you've already mentioned, Jalen Green and Evan Mobley, who I think are great, potentially great players. Jalen Suggs of Gonzaga, but one to look for a little bit further down is Moses Moody of Arkansas. Moody is 6'6", has a 7'1" wingspan. Gets to the free throw line. He's an outstanding scorer, and I think he's going to get even better as a defender. He's a gritty defender now, playing at Arkansas, but I think he's going to be even better. He fits the suit in the NBA, and I think he's going to be a truly outstanding player. Can shoot it from deep, mid-range, but his ability to get to the rim and initiate contact and get to the free throw line, I think, translates very well. And then I think Davion Mitchell of Baylor is an underrated player. I've got him ranked, frankly, in the top 5 because of his on-ball defensive ability. He can really guard the ball. And I just don't think there's any way he fails in the NBA. No way.
All right, so we're looking forward to that tonight. Pardon me, it's 8 Eastern tonight on ESPN and ABC. Meantime, this draft comes at sort of a tumultuous moment in the world of college sports, and I couldn't have you on here and not get your perspective on that, with the very real possibility/likelihood that Texas and Oklahoma are going to move to the SEC. Almost all of the conversation has been about the impact on college football. How would you expect all of this realignment to impact college basketball?
Well, it's a secondary concern, as you know. Football runs college sports, and that's fine. I get that. But this is all about consolidation of power and pulling money and markets to these specific conferences. And the SEC is the leader in all that. I mean, they're going to be a billion-dollar conference, a multi-billion-dollar conference going forward. So that's a lot of money for each conference member. So I think gaining entry into leagues like that, you're going to see power consolidated, and you're going to see the top teams playing only each other going forward. And I think we're going to see that in basketball as well. That's the way this is going to be. The top powers are going to start playing each other. And look, I floated the idea, I did it years ago, but nobody paid attention. For some reason, it's getting traction now, of if I were the SEC and the ACC, I'd merge, and I'd form essentially the NFL and the NBA, and have a 32-team conference. You'd essentially only have to play each other, and it would be the dominant force in the college sports landscape.
We could be heading towards super conferences one way or the other. We'll see where it winds up going again. We will see you tonight, Jay. Outstanding as always. I love the T-shirt. I love the Johnny Bravo reference. I love it all. Jay Billis and company tonight for the 75th annual NBA Draft from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Again, Cade Cunningham should be the first